The water cycle describes the continuous process in which water cycles between the surface and the atmosphere and consists of 4 stages: evaporation, condensation, transportation, and precipitation. 3, 2, 1. Yay. For the physics element of the project, I utilized a pulley system to represent evaporation. Evaporation is the process in which liquid water changes into a gas called water vapor and rises into the atmosphere. This is the first element of the water cycle, and to represent it, I used 3 small marbles on the right side to represent water molecules, which are in the form of water vapor. On the left side, I used 1 large marble, which represents the rays of the sun hitting the surface of the water. When the rays of the sun, represented by the large marble, hit the surface of the water evaporates, and the molecules, the 3 marbles, in the form of water vapor, rise into the atmosphere. In physics terms, the force that the large marble introduces into the system on one side causes it to accelerate downward, which causes the tension force in the string to cause the marbles on the right side to accelerate upward and eventually set in place the next element of the water cycle, which is condensation.
Condensation is a process where water vapor turning back to liquid water. This process is crucial to the water cycle because it is responsible for the formation of the clouds. Cool temperature are essential for condensation to happen because as long as the temperature in the atmosphere is high, it can hold the water vapor and delay condensation. Our group shows the process of condensation by changing small marbles to a big ball by using pulley system.
The wooden ball represents clouds.
When the clouds get heavier and they transport themselves from a higher altitude to a lower altitude, the temperature gets higher and the water condenses and it will start to rain. You can find high clouds from 10,000 feet to 60,000 feet, and you can find mid-level clouds in 6,500 feet to 20,000 feet. The ranges are pretty big. There are 4 types of clouds. There are cirrus clouds, cumulus clouds, stratus clouds, and nimbus clouds. You can see the balls rolling down from the wooden piece, and that represents that water vapor transported from a high altitude to a lower altitude.
For my part of the project, I looked at precipitation. Precipitation occurs when the water molecules have increased in weight from being at lower elevation and turns back into liquid and fall in the ground as either rain or snow, depending on the temperature. This is represented in the project by the large blocks, which represent the water molecules becoming heavier and changing from vapor into liquid, and the failing cup represents rain which falls to the earth.
So, right after precipitation, here comes evaporation, which is the end but also the beginning of water cycle. Basically, as the process by which water changes from a liquid to a gas or vapor, evaporation is the primary pathway that water moves from the liquid state back into the water cycle as atmospheric water. In our model, when water is spilled on alkalizer, which contains citric acid and sodium bicarbonate, chemical reaction takes place. The bubbles and gases that are seen rising out of the water are the carbon dioxide gas, which symbolizes the water vapor during the process of evaporation.
For hole, our group used pulley, sloped wood, Alka-Seltzer, and marbles to show the water cycle.
Overall, our Rube Goldberg machine was highly successful and was able to effectively represent the water cycle. We worked cohesively as a group and primarily used reusable materials such as wood pieces not glued together and marbles in order to reduce waste and ease in cleaning up. By combining aspects of physics, biology, chemistry, and design technology, we were able to model the biological system of the water cycle.